Hey guys, Tony here. So a lot of people asked me about PLTR and whether or not I was bullish again or what I thought was going to happen. 100%, I'm just going to let you guys know immediately. 100% bullish. Why? And because again, there's a gap that needs to get filled. You guys know how tentative I am about gaps getting filled. There's actually a gap right between the price of, I'll tell you guys right now, between 31.40 and $30.49. So immediately I'm already 100% bullish on PLTR because I think at least minimum it's gonna go back up and fill that gap. We had to actually just forecast what the actual price gain from the gap to where we are now to the gap to get filled. You'd make an easy 16% off buying PLTR. It does look like we are creating sort of bottoms on PLTR on the weekly chart. The daily chart we actually just did. We actually just hit what is it called? We actually just crossed bullish on the. We actually just crossed bullish on the MACD, which is super great. Last time we actually did this, we were actually a little bit higher on the MACD chart. So let's see if we can kind of sort of guess where price is going to be at, from the last time that it actually ran. So peak, it did, once it crossed that day MACD, it went up 18 points. We can kind of gauge it where we are now. So we already said that, as long as it fills that gap, you're going to make 16% if you buy in right now. I do think PLTR is a great price right now to actually purchase. I think it's actually, super good, especially because it retested these bottoms, the support of 25.94, and it didn't cross over to the bottom side. So I do think minimum we are going to go back up to 28.51 to retest that resistance. But this is an easy buy-in right now, 100%. It's an easy buy. I do think we're at least going back up to fill that 31.32 level. But last time, like I said, we crossed that day indicator. We were pretty bullish on the upside we went up about 18 points. So now we can kind of forecast. Let me see how much we actually went up last time. So 18 points in 8 days. 8 days. So we'll do 10 days just in case, but 18 points. So I think next price point for when this bullish rally is actually over, I think it's going to be closer to the $45 level. So I think that's where we're headed right now. I think we're headed to $45. The 4 hour is still pretty bullish. The 1 hour, the MACD, we hit tops, but we've been actually at tops since March 11th. So I think that's a really good indication, especially when we crossed down the MACD. We actually went up. We crossed this 1 hour bullish line towards a bearish. Sorry, we crossed the MACD bearish, and we still went up in price. So like I said, everything looks perfectly bullish, at least on the TA side. Do I think we're actually headed to $45? Let me check. This is where your fibs come in, right? So we'll do from peak top, which is right here. We did from peak. Let me see, peak to peak low, like right there. Let me see, peak low. So peak high, peak low. Look at that, perfect. $44.86 is the next high tier fib level, which is basically $44.90. My forecast was $44.92. $44.86 is a fib level. I'm telling you, man, I'm so freaking good at this, man. It's not even funny, bro. So yeah, if you guys do, I'm gonna take this off because we don't need it. And then this forecast, basically, I'm telling you right here, basically on the money right there. We did that forecast even before looking at the Fibonacci levels, man. I'm so good, bro. I think right now is going to be the perfect time to actually purchase PLTR. I do think we're headed back to $45, which is that next fib level up. It's going to be right here. This next fib level is going to be right here. And after we actually cross that, if we're still bullish, next level is going to be it's going to be closer to the $67 level. And I think as of right now, we're relatively, pretty bullish, especially on the Stoke. We are looking like we're creating bottoms. On the month chart, we still don't have anything on the month chart just because it hasn't been trading that long. But if I had to guess, I would think that as of right now, 100%, I'd be buying PLTR right now. Maybe calls, maybe a month or two out. I think I might actually buy like, I think I might actually buy calls for current strike, which is 26.92. I might buy calls for like 27 or maybe like $30 for a month or two out, just to kind of have it there. But I do think as of right now, we're headed up towards 40. What did we just say? Like $44, which is basically the next fib level, right? Let's forecast that again, right? It was 18 points in 8 days. So we'll do 10 days, 18 points. 18, that's the closest I can get, 18.9 or whatever. It's basically right on that fib level, man. It's a 69% gain. I think buying right now or buying Monday open a month or 2 months out calls, it's gonna be your best bet right there. I think we're definitely headed up to a price point of $45 for PLTR within the next, maybe before the end of this month. But I definitely do think that you're at least gonna see a nice little run up to fill this gap. And then from there, I think we're more than likely going to keep going up and break that price point, and we're going to go to $44 at least. I think that's my basically my consensus, my conclusion on this, my sentiment. I think I'm like 90% sure this is probably going to happen, you guys know that whenever I'm extremely confident on something, I more than likely actually buy this specific this specific play. I know I right now, as of right now, I do have a play on, I do have a 10K play on Shop, and then I also have a 10K play on, what was the other one that I just bought? I bought something. I might actually get out of my Shopify and I might just buy PLTR and just hold it, or I might just buy some calls or something, because I do think that this is going to play out. 69% of $10,000 is what is it? It's $6,900. So I do think that it would be a solid gain right here, man. I think PLTR a buy right now is like a 90%. I'm like 90% sure this is probably going to hit. So yeah, that's basically my theory for right now. I think we've already created bottoms back here for PLTR. And I think now it's just about holding. I mean, just hold it for like a month or so, month or two. If you're buying shares, it might hit, or just buy calls, to be on the safe side, buy calls 2 months, 3 months out, a month out, whatever. But as of right now, my forecast is we're going to hit $44 by March 22nd. It might be a week before, it might be a week or so after. It's just like I always say, if you're gonna buy calls, do at least a month or two out to be on the safer side. Yes, it's more expensive, but you get a lot of time on your side, right? So which is the bigger play, which is more important. Or just buy shares, in which case you just hold. So I think minimum we are going up. We are filling this gap at $31.33, and then after that, I do think we're gonna run up all the way up to $44, man. That's what I see it right now. It looks perfectly clear on the TA. Sentiment right now is bullish. If I had to give like a statistic on what I think this is gonna happen, I'm like 90% sure this is probably gonna happen, and I'm probably gonna sell my Shopify swing trade and buy this, because I think this has a better chance of actually hitting that $44 instead of Shopify run. I mean, Shopify is going to run a lot, but I do think that PLTR is more likely to hit a lot sooner than Shopify probably. So I'll see you guys later.